Here are my thoughts on Borderlands 3 in 2024. Now, I know that everyone says Borderlands 3 sucks, it's not real Borderlands, it's just too easy and all of that, but honestly, I think that's not true. I honestly think that is an outdated mindset. I wholeheartedly believe that it is a good game. Now let me explain why. This video is going to be laid out in a pros and cons layout. I believe it's the best way to do it, then some long ass TED talk. Now first, let's start with the cons, and get them out of the way because it seems to be all anyone focused on with this game. I'll start with the obvious one. Legendaries are too common now. For me, I don't personally think that this is a big issue, as most people do, but I get it. Coming off BL2, pre-sequel, and even BL1, Legendaries felt good to get. They felt rewarding, because you have to spend so long getting them. It's such a struggle, and you have to farm that boss, or you have to learn where to farm that boss, or get the perfect role, and they really did just make it so that you could kill anyone in BL3 and get exactly what you wanted. It's just ruined it a bit for the longer lasting fans, I do believe. They also took almost all the uniques from the older titles and turned them into legendaries in this game, taking away some fun from the people who like to have challenge runs as I do on this channel, and it got rid of the whole idea of doing a unique only run. Next up we have the story. Now, it straight up sucks, I'll admit. Now some aspects are just about okay. I think the way they used the older characters and brought them back, characters from Tales, was a good idea and added something, but it just couldn't save that absolute dumpster fire of a story. Lilith became a massive pain in the arse, always having you constantly go back to talk to her over and over and over again on Sanctuary. It just feels so slow and like a massive waste of time. It's a lot of babysitting missions, fetching missions, do this, do that, go to this place, oh wait, you can't go to this place yet, alright, you have to go do this first. It ruined a lot of the flow of the game, and it was just not fun to play. It just never gave you a compelling reason to have to go do stuff. It never even gave you a compelling reason to go defeat the main game's compelling villain, because that is what makes Borderlands 2 so goddamn special and so good. By the end of it, you really do want to kill Handsome Jack. He is such a compelling villain. His voice lines, the way he just slowly chimes in on the echo every now and then, just giving you absolute crap whilst you're just trying to do your game. It's so tastefully done, and the Calypso twins just were not done anywhere near as class. Also, I'm just going to say it quickly, Ava sucks. For the last one, for the cons, it's just easy now. The game is just easy. This can go both ways for me, and for a lot of people, I think. But because, the die-hard Borderlands players, they want to struggle, they want to feel like they've overcome that big bad that's in their way, and have to farm for levels, or farm for the god roll, or even just a shiny legendary item that will make their run easier, like the Herald, or the Fastball, or the CC. But with this game, you just don't have that now. Yes, there's still dedicated farming, so there's still good reason to farm that specific boss, though really for the base game on normal mode, you don't have to. Any gun is pretty goddamn viable, and you don't have to really think it through. So there's no strategy to the game for those players, I don't believe. Now, there are a couple more cons I could honorably mention that I could definitely go into. I think a lot of people would disagree with adding the fourth skill tree. It wasn't necessarily a great idea. Mayhem levels instead of OP levels. Only having TVHM. But there's so much I could go into that it's not worth it. So, we might have to do a second part of this at some point. If you're enjoying the video so far, then please drop a like, comment down below. Let me know if you think I'm wrong, if you think I'm right. Subscribe and turn notifications on. It would mean a lot. And I'd just appreciate it massively. Now, for the pros. Now, some of you will probably be sitting there watching this thinking, come on, really, are there any pros to this game? Well, I'll ask yourself something, because I'm guessing for the most of you haven't even loaded up this game in a couple years, or maybe didn't even make it to the end game the first time round. Now, first up, with a rogue shout, I'm going with the fact that legendaries are common again. Now, I know I said this is a bad thing, and it can be, depending on what kind of player you are. I say that because I think the casual player who's never played Borderlands before would maybe struggle and not have any idea what's going on, or how or where to get this best loot, or what bosses to even farm. So if they get a world drop, it's going to keep them engrossed. It's going to make them not get frustrated and not get annoyed, and they don't have to farm for that shiny item. They could just play the game as a casual player. Next up is the DLCs. I'm a massive advocate for the DLCs in this game. I think they're all really good stories and could drop some amazing DLC only loot. Other than maybe Arms Race, the loot in Arms Race is good, but there's no really still story to it. I guess for some people it's a good DLC. For me, it's a bit of a hit and miss. They just had such an experience to the game. Well, they basically add what the base game was missing. Like, honestly, Krieg's Fustercluck DLC is one of the greatest pieces of any in-game content I've ever played. I'll also throw the game's scenery and design in here, because, like, I think it's worth bringing up. The game, like every Borderlands game, has absolutely incredible design and art style. It's what makes Borderlands so unique, that cel-shaded art style. Also, all the different planets they pop, they're vibrant, they have their own personality. It makes them feel a lot more fun and not so boring to play. I think it adds a lot to the experience of Borderlands 3, how bright and shiny and how cool it looks. And even the gun design. I know they ruined a couple OG guns, but the new gun design in this game was amazing. Now, the endgame content. Now, I think this is the greatest pro for Borderlands 3. There is some awesome endgame content. It gives so much extra stuff for you to do and play the game now that you have a plethora of raid bosses, takedowns, slaughters, and proving grounds. And if you have the director's cut, you can even do extra missions right at the end to go fight the Seer. There is so much in this game for you to go off and do once you've slogged through your way through the base game. Also, you have in-game events such as the Bloody Harvest, the Cartels, both of which are now activated full time, so you can turn them on from the main menu whenever you want. They both come with new named enemies that added to the base game, and even their both own story for each event, and it's great. The bosses are amazing in each one. It can just give you some more hours to play through, a lot more hours to be honest, in the game if you haven't played them before. So if you haven't played it, also I will say this now, if you haven't played it, go play the Mallow and Takedown. I think it's one of the best endgame content for Borderlands I've ever seen in my life. I love playing it. I think it's so much fun. I think it's so good to play. Now, I just want to add this in the end as a little bit of thing of a pro. I think the 4 Vault Hunters we got in this game are all incredible and fun to play in their own right. You can all have some amazing builds. No matter who you can choose, you can really enjoy this game. It doesn't matter so much. With Borderlands 2, they're all viable, but there are definitely a couple that are so much stronger than others. And that is the case with this game, but I feel like everyone can be just as strong as each other. The character design was amazing. Honestly, the voice lines are all very good. It's just a great Vault Hunter choice overall, and it can really add a lot to your experience of playing the game. Now, to end this video out, I do just want to say, if you catch the game on sale, or maybe you already own it, go play Borderlands 3 now. I very much think it is worth a playthrough and can give you hours and hours of fun, whether you're a Borderlands veteran or a new casual player. I do think it's worth you giving it another go in 2024. There's so much to it now. I can do so much of a deeper dive video if you guys really want that. Let me know down in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.